sign.
Good morning, Chairman. I can confirm that the meeting is now being live streamed. Thank you.
Thank you, Louise. Mittendair, good morning. Welcome to this virtual meeting of Cornwall Council's Chief Officers Employment Committee. Before consideration of today's business, I'll outline the protocols for the meeting. Today's meeting is being live streamed to the public via Microsoft Teams and is also being recorded. When members are speaking, they may choose to use their video. If the Council's live stream fails during the meeting and we cannot share the proceedings, I'll adjourn the meeting so that access can be restored. If the issue cannot be resolved, I'll halt the meeting and the remaining business will be concluded at a future date. If a member experiences a technical issue, I'll adjourn the meeting for a short period to try and re-establish their connection. As I call members to speak, I'll remind you to switch on your microphone. If for some reason you cannot be heard, the Democratic Services Officer will advise you. Votes will be taken by a show of hands electronically and result announced by the Democratic Services Officer. To confirm the procedure for today's meeting is that the Chief Officer's Employment Committee members who wish to speak on an item should indicate by using the raise your hand function. So before we start today's business, I'll ask the Democratic Services Officer to confirm all committee members are present.
Thank you, Leader. I'll just do a quick roll call. If members could please confirm they're present and the division that they support. Thank you. If we start with Councillor Painter, please.
Good morning, everybody. Councillor Adam Painter, Launceston North and North Heatherwind.
Thank you. Councillor Frank, please.
Good morning, I'm Hilary Frank. I represent the good folk of Saltash South on the border with Tier 2.
Thank you. Councillor German, please.
Morning, Julian German, Cornwall Councillor for the Roseland Electoral Division.
Thank you. Councillor Pollard, please.
Good morning, everybody. John Pollard, Hale North.
Thank you. Councillor Harris, please.
Morning, David Harris, Truro Trewhaven Division.
Thank you. Councillor Taylor, please.
Good morning, Linda Taylor, Carpus Bainley Land.
Thank you. And Councillor Kirkham, please.
Jane Kirkham, Falmouth Smithick.
Thank you. I can also confirm that we have in attendance Kate Connelly, Chief Executive, and Patrick Weir, Head of HR and OD, and myself, Democratic Officer Steve Childs. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. So onto the agenda. Apologies for absence. We have none. All of the committee are present. Agenda item number 2 is declarations of interest. Any declarations of interest, colleagues? No, thank you. So the third item is the minutes of the meeting held on the 17th of November 2020, pages 1 to 3. So any comments for accuracy, please, colleagues? No hands up. So if I can have hands up for proposing and seconding, please. So Councillor Frank to propose and Councillor Harris to second, and then if we can have hands up to vote in favour, please. Democratic Services Officer, if you'd like to report the vote.
Thank you. That is unanimous.
Thank you. Thank you, colleagues. If we can lower our hands. Next item is the agenda item number 4, the mid-year appraisal of the Chief Executive 2020 to 21, the part 1 item, which is pages 4 to 6. Patrick, would you like to introduce this, please?
Yeah, thank you, Leader. This part 1 report is brief. It sets out the arrangements for the conduct of the Chief Exec's mid-year appraisal, and the recommendations in the report refer to this committee's role in overseeing that process. The substantive item is taken later in the agenda in the part 2 report. So the recommendation is as in the report for committee's consideration, Chair.
Thank you. Anyone wishing to comment on this? In which case I'll look for a proposer and seconder to the recommendation as laid out. So councillors Pollard to propose and Harris to second, and if you can use the hands up to firstly vote in favour. Democratic Services Officer.
Thank you. That one's unanimous as well.
Thank you, colleagues. If we can lower our hands, we'll move on then to agenda item number 5, which is the exclusion of the press and public. The committee is asked to consider a resolution that the press and public be excluded from the meeting for the business specified in the following item on the grounds that there is likely to be a disclosure to the public of exempt information of the following descriptions. 1, information relating to an individual. 2, information which is likely to reveal the identity of an individual. There has been compliance with public interest test provisions in the Access to Information Act as amended in producing this report. So I'm happy to move that recommendation. Can we have a seconder, please? Councillor Taylor, thank you. And again, if we can use the hands up function to vote, please. Democratic Services Officer.
Okay, I've got 6 hands up at the moment.
So
yeah, 7, that's it, unanimous, thank you.
Lovely, thank you very much. So thank you, colleagues. That means that we'll now be moving into part 2 session. So we'll just wait for a moment for the webcasting to finish. Thank you.